Okay.
Attention, please.
Yo. 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 Yo.
You're an astrologer who didn't predict I'd dump you tonight?
I trusted YouTube astrologers.
Next time, trust Hypergate.
Oh, please, you can't even handle your Scorpio moon.
Says the Gemini rising with commitment issues.
Wait, Hypergate AI says we're actually...
What do you mean it's not going to work out?
Honey, if your astrology is still on YouTube, you need an upgrade. Hypergate AI or nothing.
Come on, what's the issue?
I can't date someone still watching YouTube astrologers. Hypergate AI is the real deal.
Dude, this isn't working.
Yeah, we're doomed.
Boys, you're doing it wrong. Get Hypergate AI.
Hypergate says there's hope for your marriage.
Oh. Wonderful.
It's called divorce.
My horoscope said tonight would be unforgettable.
It will be. I poisoned your wine.
Wait, what?
If you'd used Hypergate, you'd have seen this coming.
Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for, I can't believe it, but it's Thursday, July 24th, 2025. I'm Astrologer Dave Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, thanks so much for being a part of HighVibe.tv. If you're not a part of HighVibe.tv, make sure that you go and join now. Go to HighVibe.tv or subscribe through our apps on every app store. Pretty much. I think the only one we're not on is Samsung, but we're even on Roku, Amazon, we're everywhere. Truly appreciate it. Of course, that's where you can get the daily horoscopes and, of course, the weekly horoscopes, deep astrology, and all the other specials that I do on High Vibe TV. Also, make sure that you check out my Astrology AI application, Hypergate AI. You can go to hypergate.ai and definitely blast off into astrology like literally you've never done before. And go, it'll even do its own prophecies, whatever you want. You plug in whatever you want. I'm serious, it'll blow your mind. You want to know where a planet will be in your chart in an instant and what it'll be doing to you for a person that you love. Like you just literally go wherever you can go and it will go there. Definitely check it out, hypergate.ai. So I'm going to be here, of course, talking about this new moon in Leo. But before I do have a promo for an awesome event I'm doing. The Bridge Expo. I am going to be doing this, of course, with Team Light. And, of course, me and Robert Phoenix are going to be out there. So get your tickets now. And, of course, also for rooms, super cheap right now. This is an amazing conference. We'll be out in Texas. We'll be in the northern Dallas area, of course, out by Plano, but we'll be actually in Frisco, Texas. And this is really the ultimate light workers aspect. I mean, tickets right now are on sale for $355 for the whole weekend. And then we have discounted room rates before they are gone. So definitely check it out. There's going to be a lot going on here. It's a beautiful venue. We're looking forward to being out there in Texas. I haven't been out in Texas. Well, actually, it's not true. I was out in Texas last year. With Rion when we did the solar eclipse. But really looking forward to this one, to be back with Robert Phoenix in Texas. Him and I did an event out in Kerrville, which of course has been devastated by the horrible blue rain and all the other crazy weather modifications going on. But that's where Robert's based out of. And I was out there 3 years ago. So it's been a minute, but I was in Texas last year doing an event for the solar eclipse, although this kind of energy just tripled. And we're going to have a good time. The link is right now here on my YouTube. It's pinned in the live chat and it'll be pinned in the comment section. All right, now we got that out of the way. Welcome to this Leo season and this new moon in Leo, which I think is a spectacular one, not because, of course, my birthday is right now as I'm recording this on the 23rd, but because this is the best new moon I've seen in a long freaking time. This is also, and I did this on Deep Astrology this week, but this new moon in Leo is not just the sun in like the most tightest orbs in aspects to all the outer planets that have just all moved into new energy of of air and fire, and aspecting all of them at the same time. You're not going to see that again. But next year, even when Jupiter comes in, it's with the South Node in Leo with the Sun. The Sun-South Node transits are not the powerful punch you really want. So, to be honest with you, this new moon is the ultimate gateway to the new world, your new life. I think the interesting part of this new moon is the exact opposition of Pluto, so we'll be talking about that. But the sextile to Uranus, the trine to Saturn and Neptune, which of course are both retrograde in Aries, which that's been giving us this preview of like this doorway into what does the new world look like. We've talked about it a lot, especially in the spiritual community, is going even before 2012 talking about it, but really in 2012 it becoming much more of a part of our consciousness of this Earth split, and we're really at where the split is super far. There's a lot of people still tripping in the old Earth, and hey, there's a gateway right now to get out of that. But this is also an interesting moment here because if I were to I actually didn't load it, but I'll pop it up right now. What's the name of that? Oh, yeah. I'm 41 today, so you got to bear with me now. 41. Of course, the visualizations that I did for this new moon in Leo. So let's take a look at them real quick. So the first one I did, and I've done the Morpheus thing before, but man, I can make the Morpheus thing look pretty badass now. I'm holding two confidential binders instead of pills, the blue one with Pluto, and then a red one with Leo. Now, I'm going to go deeper into why I'm putting the Pluto as the blue pill here. And then this is another look in a different way, right? This is a Leo, me, the Leo King, walking with the lion on Pluto with a gateway there. All right. So remember, Pluto's in Aquarius here. And we have Pluto beginning its, lucky, moments where Uranus is beginning its trine in the approach to the trine as it's now ingressed into Gemini. We have then you have Pluto also in sextile to Saturn and sextile to Neptune. So it's going to be interesting to see, for people how they really do handle this new moon energy, because honestly, I can't stress enough. This is where the full expression of who you truly are, in any kind of fake, broken apart, doing things because you're worried about what society thinks, you can't live in your truth, period, and express your happiness or even find any kind of excitement in life if you're literally living in the fakest version of who you are. I mean, this is kind of the interesting part, that we're all walking into this very unknown, new, and very unique as far as the feeling goes, and even just the vibe of the new kind of energy and world that we're all walking into. And there's not a lot known, but what is, I won't even say known, since we're in a lot of this Gemini energy with Uranus now, and of course Mercury is retrograde in Leo. And we do have, of course, Uranus and Venus and Gemini here. I do feel that this is a moment for people to realize that what is true is, if you're fully embodying who you are, what you really came here to be, and this is the transit where you cannot get any clearer of that. I think people, if you just look at the world at this moment, with technology, with all the red herrings happening everywhere in the media and the news and government shit, people that are still lost in that, you know, and obsessed, you get caught up in that old Capricorn story. I mean, this is really where the people are here. We have to unite for bullshit, but no, we can't unite unless you're truly, fully activating your happiest self, your rawest, truest self. And a lot of these problems that we want fixed, what Pluto teaches us in Aquarius is we all want things to operate smooth and better, but we have to try new things. We have to try new approaches. We have to not be afraid of new things. But more importantly, we can't be so fragmented in searching for the pieces that we need to pick up to find who we are. You already have all of that, right? So it's like, this is where, you know, look at the world with jobs today. Like every week you watch the AI world go literally quantum, and you watch the old world go away. More jobs. You can be replaced in a second. Now you got to look at it more like the old earth and the old energy just doesn't vibrate in that old vibe anymore. And I'm not also saying that you have to live in like a fully AI kind of existence or world, but because there's a lot of unknowns ahead. But there also is this fact of, I think it's more of a spiritual alignment here of like, you know, if you're really not living in your creative truth, we're here to be creative. We're here to be spontaneous. We're here to be able to do things that allow us to spread our true soul and our light work. We're not here to be boxed up and afraid. And especially like, it's almost kind of like, with what I'm seeing coming at the end of summer with these eclipses in Pisces and Virgo, at the very end of Virgo, that solar eclipse with the South Node eclipse, oh God, with Saturn coming back into Pisces, and then we got Neptune following that back in Pisces. Like, this is going to be a very difficult fall and winter, and I think that people have to realize, like, it doesn't have to be. This is the moment. This Leo season, by the way, is the moment of us really coming into the best energy that you could really put your best foot forward into the new world, while understanding we still have that other foot in the old world, right? But let's take a look at this new moon chart, because it's pretty fucking badass, I gotta say. So new moon happening at 2 degrees Leo here. You know, the beginning of Leo, definitely, I hope the blood's pouring through your, coursing through your veins good. Beginning of Leo also is a Saturn deacon, believe it or not. So you got to take seriously you expressing your true core and that fire that burns within you. And that's expression. We're also now with Uranus and Gemini. So this is our first new moon since the beginning of the 1940s. And remember, it was Pluto that was in Leo. So we had those Leo energies, but we had Pluto in sextile to Uranus when Uranus was beginning there. But what's really wild to me here is there's no Pluto there, but we do have Pluto on the other side, of course. So if you were to look at, you know, World War II charts and stuff, it's very similar. It's just Pluto in Aquarius instead of at the beginning of Leo. But we see this very, very tight aspects to this new moon. Extremely tight opposition to Pluto with this new moon. Extremely tight trine that's just coming off of the exact trine, but to Saturn. We're talking within minutes. Same with Neptune, the tightest of the trines here, or any the other one's opposition or sextile, is with Neptune. So we have some, with all three outer planets that you've lived through watching all three just shift since November. This is the first moment that the luminaries have full-blown access to feel all of them, to see all of them, to connect with all of them. And you will not see the luminaries connect with them this strong again. I looked last for next year. It's a full moon, but with the South Node, right? So which means you're coming into eclipse energies. It's not as tight, because Saturn will be off Neptune. So, like, this is the actual, people always, I make fun of Lionsgate people all the time. Like, this makes there is no Lionsgate number 1 on 8/8, because you're using an old calendar system that's wrong. But 2, if there were one, it would be where you get all these outer planets aspecting a new moon like this in Leo. Holy shit, with Uranus and Gemini and Mercury being retrograde here in Leo and dispositing over. So to me, this is like the ultimate of new moons. It's the new moon. The last time that we even had a new moon in Leo to trine Saturn in a fire sign was back in August on the 2nd of 2016, and it was 2 degrees off. This is within minutes, not 1 degree. It's less than 1 degree. So this is even better than that. So this actually offers a lot of stability. So I know that the world seems crazy. You know what it is? The world is crazy. Now, if you think it's crazy and it's too much for you and all these crazy changes that are happening, well, then you haven't gone with the program yet. Now, where I think the red herring is everybody wants to unearth and see what's the truth, right, about things. That Pluto in Aquarius is going to have you chasing red herrings in all these different places for a long time. The truth that you need to find is your truth, your expression. The red herring is, am I going to make a lot of money by the financial system? And is the financial system changing? Is Trump on the good team or the bad team? Is Obama going to get fucking shot by a fucking firing squad and we get to watch it like Saddam Hussein's fake body, right, be executed? Do we get to see all that? Like, everybody's kind of like lost into this kind of world, and I'm not saying you don't have to be, but the universe is saying, like, why are you so lost in everybody else's shit? This is the doorway to your curiosities about what you're here to do. So unless you're really involved with that shit, like, let's just be honest, like, what you're always being told is maybe behind is nothing close to what's actually really behind. That's what Pluto teaches you in life, right? So, meaning, let's use the Epstein files. And I've said this since 2019. And I said it even harder in 2020. It's not about the trafficking. It's about the New Mexico ranch and the DNA and all those scientists. And look at the COVID shot that came out that followed all that. Epstein's DNA is in anybody who got the shot. That's what they don't want to tell people. And yeah, there's all that other creepy shit too. But like, that's the lightweight shit. The other thing is, like, when it comes to all these other things, you're just watching the aftermath of some really crazy Capricorn transits that we had in 2020. Saturn, Pluto. And so this new moon is like reminding us with the opposition with Pluto and Aquarius, like, we're in a different timeline now. Even with Saturn and Neptune that are going to retrograde back into Pisces, and we get to trine to this. So it's like the ultimate door has opened in your life. Are you going to really fully, for the first time, or for some people, finish the last percentages of your full true being expressing itself? And I think what can make this hard is, yeah, there is a Pluto opposition, meaning not everybody's going to be on board with you, your life, and not everybody's coming with you, right? Some people don't want to look at truth, and you're not here to force them to find it. You're here to do it in your own world. We have Venus and Mars that have been in square for the last day and a half exact prior to this new moon, and as we left Cancer season and went into Leo season. And so that's really where the biggest tension is. And so we went through most of this year because Mars was retrograde and we came into this year. And then we saw, of course, when it's station direct, then we saw just right after that Venus station retrograde, we saw the Mars-Venus trines from the aspect of a Mars retrograde trine Venus direct, then a Venus retrograde that was in trine because Mars actually trined Venus, and then we saw another Venus-Mars trine from Leo in Aries. So we were in a trine with Mars-Venus the whole year. And that was honestly just kind of how to help you get through all those rough retrogrades. It took literally 6 months to get your life kind of going in 2025. So if you just look at us being in July, this has really only felt like the new energy for fucking like a month since Jupiter came in Cancer and finally finished the square to Saturn, Neptune. I mean, to be honest with you, like this year is again the craziest year. But it's now the moment, there's a little moment, and it's right now. What we seed will literally grow, not just immediately now, but will grow into that new world forever. Because you have to remember that, like, this is where you have to truly embody the creativity, the excitement, and the pressure that Mars-Venus with the South Node in Mars. Like, you can't be in that old reality, that old matrix anymore. You can't base your identity off that. And you also can't be too picky about how you want life to turn for you. And then I'll be my true self. And then I'll let my heart express itself. And then I'll love myself more. When this happens, or when this person does this, or when this person agrees, or when this convo finally happens, right? We're Venus and Gemini here. Right? So it's like all these ideas and all these little things in our environment we want to have changed, and then I'll do it. Or when I feel more comfortable and I'm not feeling so much discomfort with Jupiter being in Cancer, which, by the way, this Jupiter Cancer is fucking golden. Not only is it exalted, but it's in quintile and another quintile, and we're seeing awesome quintiles this whole week. We've seen it quintiling the South Node in Mars, and we've seen it in quintile 2 over the Chiron Eris energy. And then we're seeing, of course, the biquintile energy that's been happening from that South Node Mars over to that Chiron and Eris energy. And so to me, this has been like, it's pretty easy. Like, you're never gonna, like, you could sit and feel comfortable in the old matrix and feel okay through this moment. I'm more concerned about a month from now, right? The 2 new moons in Virgo and one being a solar eclipse with the South Node. Let's not forget that, right? 2 new moons in Virgo coming up. Talk about stress city. While Saturn and Neptune come back into Pisces, fuck that shit. So, like, this is the moment where you can't be so critical and so particular about how you wish maybe this, let's say you hate the job you're at. I just need to make a little more money and I'll stay a little bit longer. No. What are you doing? The universe has shown up with the best new moon of all time. The one that actually connects with all these outer planets in the tightest of orbs in the aspects that they're in, to actually open the gateway and actually go to wherever sets your life up forever. So what's that project that you've always wanted to do? I've said this on the last full moon video. I've been saying this a lot lately. Everything is possible right now, that you can make anything you want to have happen. And I like tension of Mars-Venus. I was born with Venus-Mars square. Not exact, but I'm telling you, I like pressure. You know, to be honest, I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for all the pressure that shows up in my life. I have so many squares in my chart. I'm like, fuck, I have trines too, but I'm more of a pressure guy. There's a lot of nice aspects here. Don't get lazy. Don't get too comfortable in your piece of shit matrix. Don't start picking what's the good team and the bad team when they both all have the same connections to the same bullshit. We got to go with Uranus to the highest frequency now in the sextile in Gemini. And let's not forget, Uranus, and I should have just added it on. You know what? Fuck that. Fuck that. Hold on. let's be gangsters. Because you know what? We can. It's my fucking birthday. I can be I'm a gangster. See, that's the thing. I'm a fucking gangster all fucking time, whether it's my birthday or not. I don't need to like tell myself like, well, it's my birthday, so I guess I'll be a gangster now. Well, no, I'm that every day. I don't give a fuck. Right? So, how funny. When I was with Anne, we were talking about 1891 and the Neptune Pluto conjunction at 8 degrees that we're still under for a long time. But let's look at these current transits, and let's do this new moon here, new moon, and then let's add what I wanted to add. So displayed, let's add the point of the fixed stars and the minor, the stars. Let's add the Pleiades cluster. I wonder if they do have it. I don't think they do. Well, for those that don't know, I need to hit up my Astro Gold friends and be like, you guys don't have the fucking cluster? They don't. That's so weird. You would think they do. No, they do. There it is. My bad. But so what am I looking at here for you all? What we're looking at right here is that Uranus is exactly conjunct the Pleiades fucking cluster, the sevens, the little. If you ever look out at the night sky, holy shit, it is badass. 0 Gemini, Uranus. I mean, so I hate to say it, if you were, if you were spiritual, you definitely read Bringers of the Dawn. Like you already know why we're here. This is humanity meeting its maker, right? This is us truly having to 100% activate the DNA now. Hence, I told you not to go get that shot because of that. And the astrology saying it would be a shot of reality. It was both. Hence, I stopped channeling Palladian shit years ago, because why would you do that when all the dark fucking shit's around? A lot of these Palladian channels out there have been lying to you. I hate to say it, because they actually they didn't get the memo because they weren't doing it earlier. Because this is the moment that you're needed to activate as most as possible. And so this is where, the human in you has to connect with the superhuman, which it's not about being like Superman, which that was, ironically, Superman showed up when Pluto showed up, right? At the beginning of 1930 in the comic books and stuff. And as Pluto's in Aquarius on the opposite side, and it's going way down in declination and almost getting close to actually going out of bounds here at 23 degrees and 13 minutes south. Of course, Superman shows back up in another way. I haven't watched it yet. I'm a dad. Another 2 under 2. So we just had our son less than a month ago. So it's not like I'm going to movie theaters right now. But, it's different. This is an extreme moment of bringing the light out. We talk about the light. I think a lot of people are forgetting that this is the moment where there's more light than ever. A lot of it is technological, right? Technology is going to assist us. And I think I see a lot of people afraid of technology with Pluto and Aquarius. And that's just another fear that's coming. But the reason why I kind of also use those 2 confidential folders and the Leo one is like, with Leo here, what's confidential about it? Leo, you don't need to express yourself so much that you burn everybody out. You need to learn to cool it to it where it's at the right temp. And the other part too is like, you don't need to tell everybody what you're doing all the time. Like, because you have a cool idea, then you got to go throw it out and experiment with it. Go throw it out in a sandbox, play with it, see if it works or not. The trine to Saturn Neptune is awesome, especially that this new moon's trine Neptune in Aries. I mean, let's be real. Like, there are infinite possibilities, but you have to, it's not about like, what is it? If you haven't identified just who your soul is, what you're here to do, what your great passion is, what your true heart loves within itself first, you got to love yourself first. And I know that's so basic, and I've said this for fucking ever being an astrologer, especially being a Leo, but it's fucking more true than ever now. You don't get your dream if you're not defined. You can't be defined if you don't love yourself. You can't. There's no way possible. And especially with this Pluto, this could be people over helping too many people instead of themselves. Or the worst, right? I need to do this because this person and this entity or these people want me to be this way, so I'm gonna be this way. I'm not gonna be in my truth. Uranus and Gemini, you better be a true speaker now. Like, this is where the mixture of Pluto and Aquarius, Uranus and Gemini, and where this pressure on the matrix is happening with Venus being in Gemini, coming back to almost full speed. She's doing 1 degree in 8 minutes here. She's almost to 113 where she's normally back. This is like, the pressure on the matrix right now is extreme, right? And a lot of people still identifying with it and don't want to break it apart. This Venus-Mars square too, it brings up relationships. We've seen Venus with Uranus through the whole Taurus transit of Venus. Then Uranus came into Gemini just only when Venus had made it a couple degrees into Gemini, 2 degrees. Now you've been seeing this, most of this Venus transit of being in Gemini with Uranus, the 2 planets that deal with relationships. So the relationships that are just keeping you in the matrix, weird shit, and honestly, where shit does not make sense anymore, it's not in alignment, it's not letting you express your true happiness, it's blocking you from the true energy you love in your life, fucking run. I don't know what to tell you. Stop appeasing anybody right now. So there is no more, like with Chiron now at 27 degrees of Aries. Remember, we're going to see Chiron dip into Taurus next year for a little bit. I was just telling my wife today, I'm like, man, anytime we watch a TV show or something and they say their age, I'm always like, oh, there's another Chiron Aries, because both my kids have Chiron Aries. So I'm like, oh, and I'm a very big Chiron guy. So I'm like, oh God, okay, there we go. There's like, it's very easy to catch a Chiron Aries person on TV. It's so easy to see. If you have Chiron Aries, you're the easiest person to read. You know why? Because you could just see in your eyes, your face, that you don't really know if who you are until the Chiron return. You really don't know. You really have fucking done everything you can to tweak out your identity as much as you can, to where it's like some of you all give up or some of you all just try. But now that it's at 27 degrees, a lot of this, and it finally passed Eris, it's a different story now. It's one where, you got nothing to lose except to be who you really are. I think a lot of people have been timid to truly be who they are. And then there's people who also kind of try to fake this persona, and they try and put it out, and then Chiron humbles your ass, right? You're not going to be humbled if it's truly who you are. You don't need to show off. The world of the show off is over. With Pluto and Aquarius, it's over. So this Leo energy is getting humble pie, right? Like, you can still love and you can still have a good time and you can still do great things, but the second you try and show off, you end up like the fucking people at the Coldplay concert. And where you're ducking out. Oh, dude, fucking get this bitch off me, right? And then your whole life goes down the drain, right? Stop trying to show off. Like, this is where we're having to bring wholesomeness back this new moon. Remember, Jupiter is in Cancer. The moon rules over Cancer. So when Jupiter's here in Cancer, this moon's in this awesome aspects everywhere, right? So the sun's at +8. We got the moon. Because it's in a new moon, though, it doesn't get that. But Jupiter at +7, not bad. I know you can't see that. It's behind me. But this is an amazing new moon to be like, what truly is not true to who you are. Stop giving a fuck about what people think from all directions in your life if you know what's true. And you know what? I think the hardest part about that Pluto and Aquarius is like, how do we bridge with people that, maybe see things differently? It's not Uranus and Taurus right now, right? So it's maybe we have different values. No, we have different truths. And it even gets even deeper into like people who want to see facts and people who don't. People who want to talk and people who don't want to talk about it. So the lesson is also like, people who try and kind of like push things to the side. I don't want to talk about that. That's uncomfortable. That's exactly what a reptilian would do. I don't want to talk about it. That's too sensitive. We are in the ultimate time where energy that's not afraid and truly courageous, Leo, is going to put its heart on the line and put its truth on the line and talk about it. Right? And talk about where the elephants in the room are. That Venus-Mars square is the elephant getting smashed finally. And it's fucking having to be faced. The truths that really are not working. The relationship situations, the work situations, the values that just are not, you can't shove this elephant anymore through the door. It's too big. What are we going to do? It's like those old shows where it was like those fat people, they'd like get the fucking crane and break the fucking apartment out and pull them out of the bed. Like that's like hardcore truth shit, right? It's not me making fun of fat people, but there are people who are too big to get out the door, so they have to break down the whole fucking apartment and get a crane out and fucking a tractor and pull them out while they're in the bed. And they'll still be eating those fucking Funyuns the whole time. That's fucking truth. That's not fucking like negative shit. That's just truth. There's people who are like that about certain situations right now. Like, I don't want to move off my little matrix and how things work, no matter how much discomfort it makes them feel. They're still like looking at this other comfort of like, but I get this out of it, or it's like you can't live in that false sense of security anymore, because especially if you're worrying about what other people think, or you're worried about like what it will change in your life. We are in the most changeable time where the earth is splitting. The fucking universe and our cosmology is changing forever. We have a fucking interstellar object that fucking, is it a spaceship? What is it? With Atlas, right? Like, we're going to find out in about a month. It's going to become closer to Earth. Something that's from beyond our solar system. I wish Michael Luton was still here. Him and I'd be talking about it all day like we did with fucking Oumuamua. But no, people are so right now, like they're finding fucking planets in our solar system, which I predicted. They found 2. You can't. The universe is surrounding us. The way I'm looking at this new moon too, with all these outer planets, everything's moved into place. And it's almost like this huge preview of like, look at how great your life can be, and step into that. And then there's other people who are looking and like, I don't want to go through this whole new experience. I don't want to have to change. I don't want to have to really have a good life and be happy, because it's so easy to do. When you see great trines like this, and even the opposition of Pluto, it's pretty simple. It's like, well, you're going to have to fucking integrate this new, unique way that feels different. Okay. Or maybe like these people are not that good, so why are you so worried about them? Like, let them go. But so many people are so afraid. Like you gotta truly be, and that's, I think, where the technological aspect can kind of help people understand, is like there's people who are still like, I will never touch technology. I will never try to learn it. I will never, like, everything in the world is moving towards that. And whether it's for a year, 2 years, 3 years, or for the, as long as our lives that we all live, it doesn't matter. It's here to stay at this moment, whether the sun fucking causes us to lose electricity or not. It's happened. It's already integrated everywhere. Part of Pluto is learning acceptance. And so the hard acceptance is what is not lighting up your life anymore? What is not lighting up the show? Because there's a lot to light up with Uranus, especially on top of the Pleiades cluster. There's a lot to light up with that Saturn and Neptune conjunction, which of course is just remaining conjunct for just months now, but not exact, right? Like I think it's coming, parallel, right? Like what, February 20th, 2026? So close, but not there, but close enough. I mean, it's been conjunct. This is where, you can't, just with this new moon trine Saturn, Neptune, let's just take that for a sec. You can't make your dreams come true, one. You also can't be neurotically lost, two, because hard shit will happen when you are truly not setting the table in your life and being like, this is this new vibe, this is this new world, these are these new radical things, right? Trine or sextile to Uranus. I love these sextiles that we're seeing, right? I love the trines that we're seeing. I love the Uranus Pluto. I love all of it. I love all of it. But it's for those that are ready to go, I'm not buying this bullshit anymore. I'm not going to live in these old ways. I'm not going to have these relationships, these jobs, these fears, and these people that suck the life out of you. With Jupiter and Cancer, it's about a world of wholesomeness. I just saw this whole thing about ads, right? For the last couple of years, like, my wife just showed me, like, I think Nike was running these ads that were all, of course, about DEI and all that. Now they're showing a dad with a kid playing golf. Right now they're showing people sitting at a dinner table again, a family, and they're not forcing mixed race in everything, because that's not normal, that everything's forced, right? It's just natural. Let humans be humans for a second. And, not all humans are racist and not all humans are bad. It's like the opposite. Most of us are all the badass, cute, cool-ass, good people that really care and love all humans. It's just a very fractional, very small minority that fucking are crazy. But where your craziness is now is you just are too afraid to truly have even the courage to really do what is the writing on every wall now of what is the big elephant in the room that you're not addressing. That would make you happy, or what's blocking your happiness. And it can be people. It can be a person. It could definitely be energy that really, honestly, is not good with wholesome, loving, nurturing vibes. Because like right now, this is where the only thing that feels real nurtures us. It has this energy of protecting us. And we have to remember, no matter what's going on with the sun, no matter what's going on with magnetic pole shift, no matter what's going on with crazy pedos running the world, and they're really not running it. We run the world. Let's not forget that shit. That we are protected in massive ways, and it's, you're only going to feel good and that you're actually in the right vibe of your life if it's wholesome, if it's got that nurturing vibe, that you feel like there's a fair and beautiful exchange of this nutrients of humanity and life and emotion and curiosity and fun and laughter. Anybody who's not in that place, that's where it's like, I am done. Like, bye-bye. And you don't even need to say anything. You don't even need to, you don't even need to go fight about that. You don't even need to let them know, like, you just never do that. Just fucking bye-bye. I'm going into my happy life. I mean, to be honest with you, this chart is so good. Look at it. We have just the opposition of Pluto. We have just the square. And I run all aspects, you know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, like anybody telling you this is a bad time, one, they're too worried about their political figure or something. Anybody worried about that right now is fucking a loser. You're really buying all that shit to watch people flip-flop all day, be like, oh my God, so, no, they're bad. Oh, wait, they're doing that. Just fucking, it's a fucking musical theater that you're watching right now. Like, just fucking focus on your badass life. To me, it's entertainment. It's just like the new reality shows now. But the power right now is with people that have the courage to truly be the creative, full individual soul that really is here to make what seems impossible possible. That's Saturn, Neptune to me in Aries. Because it's where life starts. It's what brings the life force energy in. And then when you connect it and try into this Leo new moon, this is like creative, what the life force does and fixates on. It's Uranus and Gemini, and the truth to always be youthful, curious, and jump over every fence with your mind and every idea and every thought, and don't stay and corral your mind and corral your thought process and do what everybody tells you to do as they try to whip that poor horse into stay in the corral all day. This is for the big boys and the big girls now. This is where you take your saddle off and you go be the wild horse that you can be. You go literally go be the fucking most, exciting version of life. You go be the sun card and that kid that's just not riding bareback on the horse and there is no reins and the sun's out and you are flying in your creativity and laughing your ass off. Anything that's around you that's not like that and also tries to do harm or weird shit to people who are in the good and are innocent and stuff, just get the fuck away right now. It's very easy to see the vampires who did not want to make changes. There's a lot of karma coming with Saturn, Neptune coming back into Pisces, right? You can't hide your crazy shit, especially the dark shit. And this is that moment where, with it still Saturn, Neptune retrograde, like, this is us like excited that where we're going, how we embody in it, but also remembering, it's like I got to go back and just kind of clean up the storage place and throw away the last things because I've cleared so much out of my life. And you'll spend the fall and winter, which will be difficult, saying goodbye to some old memories and some old things and keeping some, but and clearing it out, saging out so much of the old world, but in the old you and the old versions of you, but keeping the best of it with you. But this is this moment where, it's like being up in space, and the first moment you get to look outside the fucking like glass and see what's out there. That's what this is. This is the glass ceiling breaking. This new moon's about the glass. There is no ceiling anymore. There is nothing capping you and holding you back. Back in the day, I did Rising Through the Darkness in 2017, right? This is what I showed people. When we get here, we start to rise out of the darkness. So why are you nosediving back into it? I don't know why people are nosediving back into this shit. So afraid. Whether people are like living in what they think is their truth in their personal life, well, then they're afraid of something else in the world, or they're afraid of the next thing. You stop being so afraid. This world, it's not about you making it your bitch. It's about you aligning with this world because it's destined to align and do good things together. There's a big difference. When you're trying to, be the boss right now, it's not about boss ass shit, right? It's about nurturing, loving, wholesome, like big ideas that, you know what? Fuck, let's make it come true. The more you limit yourself right now, you just squander. You just squander into nothing. It's amazing to me that people just really are so focused on the noise and not the signal. And that signal that's calling them in their life. This is the moment. You're not going to see it better. Watch. I did this on High Vibe. I will do this for everybody else. I'll do 1 year from now. Okay? 1 year from now. And let's throw you in to next year. Right? With a full moon in Aquarius with the South Node here, right? And there's Pluto at 4 degrees. There's Neptune at 4 degrees. There's Jupiter and the Sun conjuncting at 6 during the full moon. And then there's Uranus at 4 degrees. So, yeah, the luminaries get close, but they're not as tight as right now. But that's where all the outer planets are exact at 4 degrees. And then we get Jupiter to be in this spot. But we do have the South Node in Leo. So that's where it does kind of make, the ultimate, like you already have to be it. And now it's like getting onto the hyperdrive into the hypergate and activating all the pieces and understanding all those pieces of these cool ideas and these radical technologies to put together. Chiron will be in Taurus too, in square. Right, so a lot of people are going to feel like, I don't know if I can manifest this. Well, the only way that I'm preparing you for Chiron and Taurus a year prior is now. You either get rid of the shit that's holding back love, wholesome, beautiful energy, because they always have been. It's anything that's causing you a problem right now, it's always the cycle. It's always the thing that has, the person that has. It's just like, it's hard to be the truth teller in a family. It's hard to be the truth teller in the world. It's hard. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Very much so. A lot of people don't want to see. They'll talk shit. They'll make up shit because they want to keep a narrative going. They're too afraid to. They don't want to face truth. And you know what? You just have to keep saying fuck whatever. All right. Not everybody's here at the same moment to go through the same thing at the same time. We might go through events that are similar and how we deal with them. We all go through the day, every day, and the night. We all experience it different. But this is a moment next year where it becomes just as much like with luminaries. But look, that's a little bit of a harder chart there. And look at Venus where Mars is right now. Mars and Venus flipped in the square. Exact. Can't make that shit up. But Mercury won't be retrograde. And to be honest with you, that's going to be an interesting moment. Both Venus and Mars doing very fast energy. Believe it or not, Venus already beginning to slow down there. So, I mean, I really hope people remind themselves that this one, it all comes down to where it'll end up. The choices you make now. This is a new moon trine Saturn, right? I mean, it's fucking crazy. Watch this. Let me just take you to like 2016. Right. And then let's go to the new moon. That was then. It was August 2nd, right? That was new moon, 10 degrees Leo and trine to Saturn. It was 1 degree and like 5 minutes within trine. We're in a fucking within like 20 minutes, right? We're way less than a degree in trine to Saturn. So that was the last time you could have had a new moon in Leo trine Saturn and fire. And that was Mars there, but there was no Neptune, right? Neptune was in quincunx. That's the other thing about Neptune Pisces since 2011, 2012. All these new moons in Leos have been in quincunx to Neptune and Pluto and Capricorn. So there was lots of yods that happened throughout these fucking from 2008, but especially once we entered in that 2012 time period all the way up until this year, yods in Leo to Pluto and Capricorn and Neptune and Pisces. That's over. This is a new moon that doesn't have these quincunxes, that doesn't have this energy that's odd and not fully understanding itself. So if you're in a place where you don't really understand the scenarios, it means that you don't understand who you are and your heart and your happiness, and you're not following your heart. You're not following it. You're worried about following your heart because you think it'll cause damage to somebody or some situation, or you're worried about it, and that's a problem. That's a big problem. Because whoever or whatever it is probably not holding heart space at all and causing you pain. So I think that this is, a big reminder that, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities next year, but fucking, even if I were to go back to like in 97, let's look at 1996. Right, when it was the new moon then, let's see, the new moon Leo then, let me move this shit. Yeah, new moon Leo, trine Saturn, but it was actually in a sesquiquadrant, right? So probably 97 then. Yeah, where is that moon at? No, it was close. Anybody saying that, it was close. No, there's nothing as close as this new moon. Nothing that's ever happened like this new moon in our lives. And probably for fucking 6,500 years with Saturn Neptune at the beginning of Aries. So in August 3rd of 97, it was new moon 11 degrees, and it was in trine to Saturn, but again, not that great. So that's how long it takes for these new moons trine Saturn to happen, and you're at the fucking best one with Neptune. And I mean, if you just think of like the Leo story, yeah, it's Pluto in opposition, but it's been through all these other outer planets. Like it went through Neptune in Aquarius. You went through Uranus in Aquarius. You've already gone through the other two outer planets in Aquarius in your life. Unless you're born in the 90s, but I've lived through them. You're living through it now. So Pluto is no big deal. If you've already gone through Uranus and Neptune, if anything, Pluto is kind of a relief. It gets you to the realest of the real. Like, here's the stupid motherfucker, or here's that part of you that's afraid. You don't want to listen to it? Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna really fucking scare the bejesus out of you. Or I'm going to give you cancer to wake you up. Or I'm going to do... That's scary about Pluto. Right? You don't want to look? Oh, I'll make sure you look. And I think that's kind of like if I just kind of finish, and I'll actually do this. Actually, let's see here. Let's see. I do have my... Yeah, okay. If you think about where we're at helio-wise for this, it's pretty interesting. We see Mars and Venus in opposition from the sun's point of view, and that's with this new moon. So, I think it's mind-blowing that next year's full moon fucking is with all the outer planets, and it's also with Mars and Venus, but switch the signs and then exact degree square. And so what's interesting is you look at where we're at from a three-dimensional heliocentric point of view, and I can also show you the geo version of things, right? Like on this new moon here, the 24th here. Right, so there's Mercury. Of course, we're not in that Cazimi yet, right? But from the sun's point of view, look at that. Venus-Mars opposition. And so that Mars-Venus in square from the Earth, right? That's a square. If you take that, that's a square. And if you take that, that's a square. 90-degree square. Right? Let me do that. That's a square. Fuck. I'm on YouTube. People don't know astrologers are showing them this shit yet. That's a square. Okay. So this is Earth based I'm looking at. Okay. And the same goes the other direction right here. Right? That's a square too. Okay? From Helio point of view, it's Mars and Venus in opposition, and it's the Earth coming into that spot. We also have to remember that Pluto's involved. So what is it? It's Earth conjunct Pluto exact from the sun's point of view. And so like that's what makes this like, are you ready to change into this new Earth? Like this to me is that splitting, and next year is the final split, right? I mean, because I guarantee you, if I just go one more year and we look at that full moon that's going to come, which I can just look like this and go like this and go, there's that full moon. It's close. So I think it's like probably the 29th. Is it the full moon? Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. What is it again? Okay, Mars and Venus not in square, but they look like from Earth they'll be Mars, Venus in square, but the opposition with the speed of Venus, it will happen. Gosh, I'm guessing right now. I got close. Around the 12th. Oh, actually, let's do the 5th. Yeah, the next time you see this Mars Venus opposition coming into that, looks like July 6th or 7th. There it is. So we're going to see another Venus-Mars opposition next year from a Helio point of view, and during the same connections to all the outer planets with the Earth and the Sun from our point of view. But it will be with the full moon. This is the new moon. This is the ultimate. This is the best aspected one. This is the one where even Jupiter in Cancer is exalted. There's no South Node in Leo. I'm telling you right now, this Mercury retrograde is nothing. These 4 planets retrograde is nothing. You've been through crazier. 2023 was 6. It almost went to 7. It was like by an hour, right? Last year was 5. 2022 was fucking 5. Like everything, if you look back, this is the easiest moment we've been in fucking forever. This is the moment where you literally, it's a rebirthing moment. It's truly allowing you to, it's not about control. It's not about like this kind of like overreaching, like I'm the greatest person in the universe. It's more like this beautiful moment to truly birth yourself into this new universe in this new way, and this new eternal life that we can offer with our own curiosities, answers that we can help others with, and ones that we can learn and be curious with others that we don't understand, or that we weren't even knowing that we weren't curious at. Then every tool is out there. Everything is out there. But don't be distracted right now by the bullshit, the red herrings, especially the people that really don't hold that kind of vibe. The fact that you have to question it, in my point of view, I'd be like, as a Leo, I'd be like, nah, sorry. And that's where Pluto and Aquarius is helping. It's very much, let's see who's walking in here into the castle, sir. We're allowing people in. Okay, let them in. How do they feel? No, they smell, they look weird. They look like they're ready to kill me. And they feel that energy. Okay, yeah, well then let them out, sir. Okay, thank you. It's pretty simple. But if you're like trying to go, let me see if this person will change. Let me see if this person will figure it out. So, like they're not. You can just pray and hope that they'll figure it out. And hopefully they do get to go on this new splitting and to the new Earth. I mean, we're really here. I mean, if I actually think of the Pleiades, like if I go back to today, actual time, and like look at Uranus, right? And let's look at, you remember, Uranus is not at 0 Gemini yet in Helio. this is where you can see the cluster above. So let's do this. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad angle. This is what I've been talking about. The seven sisters, the Pleiades cluster, Uranus. Now, from Earth's point of view, we're at that place where it's conjunct. But helio-wise, next year, we will be there. So that's why right now we're setting a seed. We actually are right now. Oh my God. I forgot. And this is why I'm giving people what they got on Deep Astrology. You should come on the high vibe. You're not getting it out there. Nobody's going into this shit out there with the astrology. Okay. We just exited a 10 portal day in the DNA strand in the dreams in the dreamscape, or what is it, the fucking dream, why do I keep thinking dreamscape? It is a dreamscape. But we're in the Waib. Oh, the days with no time. Hold on one second. We are in the days with no time right now. This is where the spirit realm and the spirits are coming through, right? That's old Mayan shit, okay? But I will show you from Kin 3 or 13, what is it? 1312, is it? 1320 sync. Yeah, I'll show you from here. So let's go to the today. Oh yeah, okay. So today is, wow, why is it doing that to me? Really does not like this shit. Let's do this. Well, I won't show it that way. Hold on. There we go. So we'll go to this new moon. Okay. Where we are. And it should let you know these days without time, but we're in that. Yeah, continue. Okay. Okay. Maybe it is here, Oracle. Yeah, we're in the blue rhythmic storm. We're finishing that year, but it's the 21st through the 26th is the 5 days where there's no time. The Waib and all the spirit that realms that come in. And we've been in a blue rhythmic storm year, but we are moving into a yellow human seed year on the 26th after this new moon. A yellow resonant seed. And that's us literally planting the seed of the new earth. It is a resonant year, so it's about a great cheering element for those you love, committed to your relationships, and often desire to dive deeper into relationships and feel more connected to those you trust. If you can't feel that, and there's questions about that shit, run. You're not going to grow. Okay? And with this moment in the Waib right now, it's creepy. Because the spirit realm is, and it's all good and evil, and all those spirits are coming through. And that's why these are the days where there is no time. And we have a new moon in it with all these outer planets. This is a portal, this is a gateway. This is the ultimate one. So please don't waste it, because we really come into this badass year to go seed. And then, if we look at a year ahead after that, if I just take you to, we go into a red galactic moon, and that's 2027. It's energy that we're coming into. And that's the new initiation and the sparks and the communities and the instigators and the facilitators, because that's going to be in that red family. And the galactic is rarely bends the rules, except when it benefits others or a group. Focused, become knowledgeable at whatever you focus on. Honesty is essential and integrity is a given. Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, I'm happy we're out of this blue rhythmic storm, but you got to appreciate it though too, that you've been in it, right? So I can take us back a day, right? And so that the rhythmic is excellent thinkers, very good at weighing all the options towards an ideal, creates new possibilities, exploring new realms of thought and activity. That's all the AI this year and all that shit. It's been very clear. Okay. Oh yeah, moon is day out of time right now. See, we're in Waib. Okay. So I will go for those that are that kind of. So really, the craziest moment, the day out of time, is the day before. And that's really, when you see it in the 3D, it literally is empty. Right? It's empty. Always on the 25th. So the last day is always kin 122, and that's where the new moon's happening here on the 24th. But those that are born in these last days before we always get to the one, right? So day out of time, it's really 5 days in the old Mayan way. It's a passageway, but the last day of the Waib is the 25th. If you're born on the 25th, what a unique soul you are. But then we move into a new year. So this new moon is like clearing that blue storm here of saying, you know, well, good ideas, bring them out now, do them, create them, because you're about to go seed them and create them. And I'm telling you, in a year's time, when we're back to this time next year with that fucking full moon in Aquarius and shit, you'll be like, did I fucking do it? And we'll be coming into the red galactic fucking moon energy. My God. It's going to be badass. Don't miss out. All right, let's see what we got card-wise. I hope this answered enough for people. You never know. People are getting a lot of old, regurgitated, boring astrology out there. All right. It's sad. Technically, since 2010, I started my daily horoscope. Or yeah, what was it? No, 2012. So we're in 2015. So this is like my 13th birthday horoscope. Kind of crazy. I know, you know, I always thought it was really funny being a zero Leo, because I got Cam White, who's my buddy, zero Leo. Okay, Pasha Letcher, who's also zero Leo. We all three are July 23rd. And I know a lot of people, because I can tell in analytics for fucking all these years, it's like people who watch you, they watch Cam White, they watch K. Pasha Lesher, and I always laugh because I'm like, they're just all these people out here love these three astrologers that are July 23rd. Like, they love these zero Leos that are born in the Waib. And you know what? I could say that those two guys, I fucking tip my hat. Like, yeah, you guys are doing your shit. You guys are the fucking real deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would suck, and I think it would suck probably for them if they were like, is he fucking a zero Leo? Like, is he really fucking being a Leo? Like, fucking, oh yeah, he is too. We all are. So, you know, I think that's really interesting. I think that's the most, to be honest with you, those are the only two astrologers I really like pay attention to. The other one was Michael Luton, and he's gone. Everybody else is pretty boring. I mean, actually, Gemini Brett's not boring, so I like him. But I'm not going to just name every single person I like. Of course, there's more I like, but, you know, there's a lot of boring ones out there. A lot of them where they haven't changed up much. And with Uranus and Gemini now, it's like the modern ruler of astrology, Uranus, in the sign of the traditional ruler, Gemini, Mercury, the ruler. This is where the best astrologers are your astrologer's astrologer, like that are innovative, truthful, real, and will talk about everything. And will connect all the dots with all these systems and shit. The ones that are fucking not going to do well anymore are those that are not modern and traditional astrologers that are hybrids. They're not going to make it. And the ones that say, Jupiter's here for good to give you good money and fortune, they're gone. Bye-bye. If I hear one more fucking video, Jupiter's here to give you, this year, Cancer, Jupiter's just going to be the edge. They just write off a year. It's going to be great. It's just like, I'm like, these people are fucking retarded. I'm so happy that word's back. It's an ancient word, actually. It's 500 years old. It was used, of course, not about what we use it today for. It's not about people with mental fucking disability. It was for people who were like in mental decline in their life, okay, and going backwards because they were being stupid. So that hence why I say retarded, like other people. Like, are you being retarded? You being stupid? But, oh, it's such an offensive word. Actually, go look it up. Go look up the root, and we used it more in the old days. I'm so glad that word's back. Don't tell somebody they're retarded. I recommend that on this new moon. Okay? And if they have a problem with it, then they're the wrong people for the new splitting of the earth. You probably, Dolores Cannon didn't tell you that one. But she would have probably laughed at it. 3 of Wands. So this is our big, I'm telling you, this is, you see, it's like, I don't know why I'm getting, like, it's like if you were to be in a spaceship and see, like, is the earth flat? Is it not? Is it this? Is it round? Is it whatever? Wherever you're at. If you could get in anything and be able to get that view, this is your moment. This is the ultimate visionary moment. We're in between the veils right now. We're in the Waib. We're about to start a new year. Mayan system. An old Mayan system with Waib shit. I'm telling you, like, I fuck. This dream spell calendar, by the way. I'm not even looking at comments. It's just a dreamscape. That's fucking pedos that run that shit. 3 of Wands, and then what do we got here with it? Oh, a 2 of Wands. Oh my God, this is like amazing. This is literally you seeing that vision and then, okay, I can have it. So then go do it. Stop being afraid. But you know what? Anything that's holding you back from that, especially people, yourself, your fear of your happiness, your fear of fucking being like just living your most creative self and being around people who are wholesome and nurturing back to you and you can be that way to them. It's a good win-win. Anybody who's holding that from you or fucking can't accept truth with Uranus and Gemini, that's the hard part. Americans didn't want to accept it during World War II until fucking the draft came. Right? So America has a hard time with Uranus and Gemini every time. Especially those that don't want freedom and won't speak truth and are too afraid to really step into their greatest power. They just kind of wait and see what everybody else is doing and what's the new cool thing, and then till I guess everyone else, like, stop following what everybody else does. This is badass individuals lighting themselves up into the fullest ever. There is no percentage anymore. It's just you're either all fucking turned on in your heart and your fucking reason you're here to go do the ultimate light work of all time now, and everything that is here, it's possible to do all of it. There's no more excuses. There is 0 excuses. Or those that just don't want to and want to stay in the old matrix right now and just define themselves by that. And they believe, but you know what? We can't just go save one person for the whole at the moment by losing ourselves and trying to help people who just really want to be and really are connected to really bad people because there's dark entities connected to them that are holding. So there's people that are good people that are being held in prisons by dark fucking forces right now. And the key to out is their own happiness, and they're not letting themselves do that. And you just have to keep that gateway open to them. And you also have to, with Uranus and Gemini, like the way you disrupt is truth. Like you might have to say the thing that fucking is truthful, and it's hard sometimes, but you know, they either get it or they don't. They're either going to wake up or they're not. You know, that's for more of my other content I do about what I believe a lot of this wake up shit's going to be this fall, winter. My God. Anyway, I appreciate you all. I will see you all later. Thanks for all the birthday love. Thanks for over 13 years of following me on YouTube, doing dailies, and especially it's been 14 years, 11 years ago I started the Leo King. Back then it was the Leo King Elite, and then months later I turned it to the Leo King app in 2014. And that's what Jupiter Cancer did for me in the visions, is I had the visions of making my own premium platform that I used to print out PayPal fucking receipts every day and be like, is this person paid? No. Okay. And then manually delete them. And then, you know, a tech incubator fucking was searching for people that were making their own fucking video premium sites because they didn't exist, and found me. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, within like a month of me launching, you guys want to invest and make an app with me and shit? Okay. And the rest is history. I'm telling you. And back then, I'm like, people are like, what? Nobody even thought of that shit back then. Right now, anything's possible. Stop fucking thinking it's not possible. The worse than the vaccines, worse than fucking racism, worse than fucking crazy shit is the infection of it's not possible. The infection that I can't live my dream. The infection that I'm going to still stay in my matrix box. I'm still going to let this dark entity run my life and ruin my beautiful energy and my love. Don't ever allow that in your life again. I appreciate you all very much, and I'll see you all on a high vibe. I hope to see you out in Texas very soon, in the middle of October during Libra season, when Saturn and Neptune are back in Pisces, and Uranus is coming back into Taurus. That'll definitely be the fucking event of the year. There is no other cooler event. And it's $355 right now. That's it. So get to fucking Texas. I'll see you there. October. Let's fucking, we're going to have a blast. I'm DJing on Saturday night, doing Robert Phoenix and I doing this badass astrology thing Sunday night. I have a talk Saturday, and then Robert and I are going to be doing a meetup. I'm telling him, don't miss this shit. Please. Like, you're really going to block yourself from that? All right. I'm out. Adios. Much love. And if you really want to trip yourself out and actually have an AI astrology that works, not just works, but blows your fucking mind, get Hypergate. Adios. Peace out.
Attention, please.
Yo. Okay.
Attention, please.
Yo. 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 Yo.
You're an astrologer who didn't predict I'd dump you tonight?
I trusted YouTube astrologers.
Next time, trust Hypergate.
Oh, please, you can't even handle your Scorpio moon.
Says the Gemini rising with commitment issues.
Wait, Hypergate AI says we're actually...
What do you mean it's not going to work out?
Honey, if your astrology is still on YouTube, you need an upgrade. Hypergate AI or nothing.
Come on, what's the issue?
I can't date someone still watching YouTube astrologers. Hypergate AI is the real deal.
Dude, this isn't working.
Yeah, we're doomed.
Boys, you're doing it wrong. Get Hypergate AI.
Hypergate says there's hope for your marriage.
Wonderful.
It's called divorce.
My horoscope said tonight would be unforgettable.
It will be. I poisoned your wine.
Wait, what?
If you'd used Hypergate, you'd have seen this coming.